Like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell icon.
Abou Ben Adhem. We are going to do this poem today, and without delving much into extra textual details as to who this person was in history, where is this poem actually set, all we need to know is the things that are there in the text, because the council, that is ICSE, for which you are going to study this text, they will be asking you questions on things pertaining to the textbook and not on things outside it. Because we are in class 10, this is school-centric study, we are not going to delve into things that do not require our time, our heads, right? So with this, let us start the poem. Abou Ben Adhem, may his tribe increase. Now in the very first line itself, Abou Ben Adhem is introduced. He's a Sufi saint, and in the brackets we find Leigh Hunt, the poet, mentions certain phrases, certain words. What is it? He says, may his tribe increase, in brackets, that is parenthesis, if you may call it. Now, you may ask, what is the purpose behind him using the parenthesis? What I can assume after having read the text is, he has used the brackets, the parentheses, just to denote that those few words that are there inside the brackets are his own personal opinion, a gesture that he is trying to portray. And somewhere maybe he does not want those few words to be seen as a part of the poem. To differentiate the two, he puts it in parentheses. May his tribe increase means it is a kind of gesture by the poet, that is Leigh Hunt, to declare, to proclaim that the world today needs people more like Abou Ben Adhem, like people belonging to his tribe, to his class, to his manners, to his opinions, people more like him. Then we go into the next 4 lines of the very important 4 lines of the poem. They are rich in visual images and metaphors. It says, Abou Ben Adhem, may his tribe increase, woke one night from a deep dream of peace. Now, he was asleep and he wakes up one night from a deep dream of peace. Very significant. Deep dream. There is a use of alliteration here. Deep dream. And deep dream of peace suggests a kind of meditative state, a state of contemplation, a state of deep thought. He was there in his dream, which was very deep, embraced, engrossed, and he woke up from that dream of his. And when he woke up, he saw within the moonlight in his room, now it is night, obviously it is darkness, and through the openings in his room, the windows and the doors maybe, what is coming in? The moonlight is piercing into his room. And in that moonlight, what does he see? The moonlight, it says, is making the room rich. Rich here means it's making it precious. It is making it, beyond the normal, beyond the ordinary. Abou Ben Adhem, a normal man, a saint, he did not have a luxurious house. He did not have a palace. It was a normal house of his, a normal room. But the moonlight that was coming in from all over was turning that room of his into something rich, something really good, prosperous and precious. That transformation has been highlighted in the expression making it rich. And to compare that richness, to compare that glow, to compare that light of the moonlight in his room, he uses a simile. And he says, the light is like a lily in bloom. Now, like a lily in bloom is a simile because there is a use of like to compare the brightness of his room to the extreme brightness, attractiveness, glow of a blooming lily flower. He compares the two explicitly, right? An angel writing in a book of gold. Now, along with all this, the sight that he sees is that of an angel who was writing in a book of gold. Now, book of gold could mean that the book had golden leaves, that the pages maybe were golden. Now, you may ask, why golden? How is it possible? Well, it is golden because this vision that he has seen has been sent by not you and me. It has been sent by God. There is divine intervention. And to give that scene, that image, a sense of divinity, a sense of detachment from earthly things, it names it a book of gold, to make it precious, to make it divine. Right? Now, exceeding peace had made Ben Adhem bold. It says, exceeding peace. When is someone said to be going through exceeding peace? When he is calm, when he is absolutely confident of himself, of his inner being, of who he is and what he wants to do. He is there in a resolve to actually extract what he wants from life. So exceeding peace, and peace comes from that meditative state of his, mind you. He was dreaming. There was slowly a connection with God already developing for Abou Ben Adhem before the approach of the angel with the book of gold. So exceeding peace had made Ben Adhem bold. Bold here means brave. He was braver than most. Why? Because he was at peace with himself. He was in a very tranquil state, calm, composed, peaceful. Now, and to the presence in the room, he said, "What writest thou?" This is where you have to understand. The presence here means the angel, the vision, right? And to that angel, as soon as he sees that angel, he gets up. And the first question, he could have asked anything. He could have asked, "Who are you?" He could have asked, "Why are you here?" He could have asked, "Why are you disturbing my sleep?" Anything. He could have asked just anything, but he asks him inquisitively, "What writest thou?" As if to mean that Abou Ben Adhem was somewhere inherently expecting the oncoming of this angel. You were expecting, when will that angel come, so that I can ask this question, what you are writing. So he asks, "What writest thou?" He could have asked, "What are you writing?" But Leigh Hunt intentionally uses, "What writest thou?" Now, there is a reference to "what writest thou." If you go back to Shakespeare, if you go back to 16th century English literature, you will be acquainted with this sort of writing. Thou, thine, thee. Here, Leigh Hunt, despite being a contemporary, despite being a modern poet, he takes that poem of his, that interaction, that conversation, he detaches it from reality and takes it back 400 years. into 16th century maybe. Why? Because he wants to give that interaction, that conversation that Abou Ben Adhem has with the angel a very different feeling. It should not seem like you talking to your friend or you talking to your parent. No, that happens every day in a normal language. But here, what writest thou? It extracts the poem out of the surface and sends it far away. Why? Because this is a poem about God. This is a poem about divinity. The vision raised its head. Significant. The vision raised its head. He was writing. Abu questions. He raised his heads. And with a look made of all sweet accord, the look on that angel's face was all sweet accord. Accord means something that you do in agreement, in concurrence, something that is harmonious in voice, in tone, to agree to someone. What did the angel say? The angel answered, the names of those who love the Lord. So the question was, what writest thou? And the answer that the angel gives is, oh, you're asking me a question? Fine, I'll tell you. I am writing what? The names of those who love the God. There goes the first question and answer. Now, after this, Abu is absolutely desperate to find out whether or not his name is there. Because he has now learned that the angel is writing the names of people, so significant. The angel is writing the names of people who love God. How can Abou Ben Adhem's name not be there when he is such an ardent lover of God? So he asks instantly. What does he say? He says, and is mine one? Is my name there? He asks, inquisitive, as if like a child, innocent. A child sees someone with a chocolate, and the child goes and asks, will you give the chocolate to me? I want to eat it. He's a child, innocent. Same goes for Abou Ben Adhem. He wants to know, curious, is my name there and is mine one? He asks. Now, what is the answer? Let's wait and see. Nay, not so, replied the angel. The angel replied in the negative to Abou Ben Adhem's query. And what was the query? Is and is mine one? Is my name there in those list of people who love God? To which the angel surprisingly answers that his name is not there. Now, Abu spoke more low, very significant. He spoke more low. The expression more low means or signifies that there is a little dissatisfaction, there is a little sadness, a little, you can say, exhaustion creeping in. Because he was waiting, he was wanting eagerly. He is now disheartened that his name is not there. It's like the child asking for the chocolate. Will you give the chocolate to me? And the stranger says, no, get lost. The child will be very, very, very depressed. Abou Ben Adhem suffers the same emotion. He is a little disheartened, but this is where his maturity shines through. What does he do next? But cheerily still. He was low, depressed, but he shook it off. He threw it away and he recovered immediately. And cheerily still, he said, I pray thee then, I request to you, I pray to you then. If my name is not there in the list to love God, I pray to you then, write me as one that loves his fellow men. Such graceful words. such mature words by Abou Ben Adhem. He says, fine, okay, got it, understood. So if my name is not there, I pray you, I request to you, I plead, please write me as that one who loves God's fellow men on earth. Now, this whole interaction that takes place is the first night. After this, we go to the second night when the vision reappears again. The angel wrote and vanished. So when Abou Ben Adhem told the angel to write it, the angel wrote it and she vanished. The next night, it came again with a great awakening light. The expression great awakening light is very important because great awakening light kind of hints towards an enlightenment of sorts for Abou Ben Adhem. Today is the day. This is the day of judgment for him. He'll either have his name there or he'll have his name taken out. So he's now worried. So next night, the light that comes is much more than the light that had entered through his room the night before. This time, to describe the brightness, the luminous light, the luminosity, what does he say? He says, a great awakening light came with the angel and showed the names whom love of God had blessed. Now, this is a little different. The first night, the angel had come with those people who love God. Everyone loves God. There is hardly anyone who does not. But this time, the next night, when Abou Ben Adhem will actually be given the final result, the final consequence of his faith, of his worship to God, the day of judgment, he is told that she has the names whose love of God had blessed. And lo, oh yes, what is it? Ben Adhem's name led all the rest. That is when the poem ends. The angel reveals to Ben Adhem that do not worry. Those people whom God loves, the list is there. And your name, Ben Adhem, is there on the topmost tier of it. Everyone else's name is below yours. Means, as if to say, God loves you the most. So what is the thing that we can extract from this poem, learn from this poem? What we can obviously learn is devotion to God is equivalent or sometimes more valuable, incomparable when it comes to devotion to fellow human beings. And God Himself recognizes, acknowledges, and rewards those people who, instead of just showering love, praise, and flowers and prayers to Lord alone, go and respect, show some warmth, love, affection to those people who are the children of God, that is, the fellow human beings on earth. Thank you.